Good morning. Right, to people online also good morning. Okay, so the idea is simple that when we plan for the next year, we should have a clear plan. And generally, after seeing a debacle in prelims, and when we plan for 1 year from now, this plan is something that we do experimentations with ourselves, right? So probably I should do these changes. This can be an issue. And sometimes we also get into a circle among ourselves telling, okay, my problem is prelims, so let me do only prelims. My problem is mains, let me do only mains. I want to do mains till February, March. I want to do prelims only from now onwards. There are some things that we decide for ourselves. Okay. Now, not everything is correct, not everything is wrong, right? So the idea is, one, you should have a clear plan. Two, that plan should have an orientation where you try to understand what needs to be done now, so that that will help your upcoming prelims also, mains also, and then the final stage that you want to look at. Okay, let's understand one thing very clearly, right? If you're planning now, your plan should be comprehensive such that it can assure success in all three stages that you're looking at. Please don't plan for only one stage now, right? You've spent enough time. Planning only one stage now is again delaying your thing for next 2 years. Okay. So plan for 2024 in a manner that you're writing prelims in 24, writing mains in 24, and you're targeting interview in 25. Which means you should be thorough with all aspects of the exam. Okay. For which we'll present a plan. But these are the aspects that you need to keep in mind. Okay. This is the simple thing that I want, or we want all of you to keep in mind while you're taking decisions, right? It is important. Which means your target should be in terms of prelims also, mains also, and the idea of interview also. That said, one importance is plan. That plan should have a long-term idea. The other is that you should build a routine. That routine is for your day-to-day perspective of how do you spend your day. Why? Because, see, if you look at the timeline itself, you're looking at 2024 May. Okay? And we are looking at 2024 May standing in July. Right? Which is good 11 months from now. So that itself is an idea that, okay, May. Now there may be an energy, that energy will knowingly, unknowingly slide. Right? So that is one thing that we'll have to ensure that we are not doing it. Then you're looking at 2024 September for your mains. So these are large timelines. These are not immediate timelines. It is a natural thing that man is driven by immediate timelines. When I see an exam in front of me in next 2 months, 3 months, that's when I get that energy. How do I generate that energy now and push myself towards? That is something that you have to look at. Okay. So routine is very important. So your day plan is very important. How are you spending your day? How are you spending your week? How are you spending your month? What are the targets that you have set for yourself? This is extremely important. On that basis, we want all of you to carry forward an idea. Okay. Most important with all this, there needs to be a balance. Right. Now, balance between two aspects of your exam. What are the two aspects of your exam? One is general studies, the other one is optional. Okay. Both of them are equally important. So, balance between general studies and optional is also important, because this 6 months that you get from July till December, this 6 months you get is whatever you call for yourself. This is the bonus 6 months, or you call yourself this is the buffer of 6 months. This is how you have to see this 6 months. Why? Because come December, everybody will start studying, right? All those for whom this is the first attempt, who are studying now from December, their test series will start. Everybody will study from there. Those who are writing mains this time, they will take a break for 2 months. They see their mains results by December, they will also start studying. Right? All those who are looking, who have got rank, who are looking at prelims next year so that they want to look at better rank, they will also start studying. So for you, this 6 months is the bonus period, which means the edge that you create in this 6 months, That is something that will differentiate you compared to the rest of the population of UPSC. So if you have a good plan for the 6 months and work very effectively in the 6 months, that is something that will differentiate you. So please do that. Okay. Right. Now this can be done in multiple manner. Right. So all that we will discuss. Right. There is no one way of doing it. There is no our way of doing it. We will never say this is the only way. First thing what we are trying to impress upon you is each one of you should know how effectively you utilize this next 6 months is something that is very, very important, because after January you are among all the larger crowd which is preparing for 24. So this 6 months has to be very effectively utilized. Right. And that's why we said there are three things. One is plan, two is routine, and three is balance. Right. When we have a clear plan for the 6 months, build a routine which works along with this plan. And if both of them are having a balance of these two things which are effectively important, that is something that will generate a lot of confidence. What is most important for this exam is confidence. Right. Now this confidence has to be built over a time period. This confidence will not immediately come. We'll give you n number of examples, right? I'll just take about 2 examples, right? The first example I want to take about is this one person who was working with us only, right? I'll not tell his name. There's one individual who was working with us. In his first attempt, he reached interview. After that, he did not clear 3 continuous prelims, 4 continuous prelims. Right, very low on confidence, continuously working, very good in the terms of his knowledge. Right, so good that he was helping us with preparing content. He was helping us with mentorship. He was helping us with question papers, evaluation. He was helping with multiple things. 4 continuous prelims he did not clear after his first interview, first attempt interview. After that, 4 continuous prelims he did not clear. Right, things naturally turned bad. Financial situation was very bad. All that. So finally, he was looking at multiple other exams. He got selected to a banking exam. Right, to a banking exam, he got selected to a bank. Once he got selected to a bank, it's an RRB. He got into a remote rural area in North Karnataka. Okay, this happened sometime where in November or December last year. Right, his posting started from January. And he had no time because his training was happening with respect to banking. And then every day he has to travel to the Taluk center for the training, then go back to the branch. Right, he had taken up a place to stay. All this was his routine. Right. 2 weeks before prelims, I was speaking to him. He said, I'm coming to write prelims. I said, how is your preparation? He said, don't ask. He laughed. He came, he wrote his prelims. That evening also we spoke. I asked, how did it go? He said, sir, ಪೇಪರ್ ಹಿಂಗಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಏನು ಓದಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಇದಾಗಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿ, ನನ್ನ ಪಡೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಓದ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. That's how he went back. To our surprise, he has cleared. To his own surprise, he has cleared prelims. If you take that one case study, right, of this one person called P, right, what worked for him? He was thoroughly in the mode of preparation in terms that he was not exclusively preparing antenilla. Right, ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಲಿ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಲಿ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಮೆಂಟರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ರೈಟ್, ನಮ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ಗೆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಸಿನಾಪ್ಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಥ್ರೂ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್, knowingly unknowingly he was doing his work. For 4-5 months he was not able to touch his books according to himself. ಸರ್ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಷ್ಟೊಳಗಡೆ 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ರೈಟ್, ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ತುಂಬಾ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗು, ಓದೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Probably that last month of May he would have done some amount of revising or glancing out, and then he cleared. Now, do you think that one month would have helped him clear prelims? No. All the 5 years of effort, whatever that has gone by in terms of 4 prelims, all that would have come to his support. That is in terms of preparation. What helped him clear? What helped him clear is, in simple terms, this idea of confidence. Because he had this fearless attitude. He had nothing to lose. Right? He told himself that that fearlessness came. So what matters very much is confidence. right? Now, this confidence doesn't come just like that. This confidence needs to be built over a period of time. So, from now onwards, silently, with your preparation, with your routine, which is a very nice idea that you're building yourself, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ರೈಟ್? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ 80% ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ, 75% ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ, ಇಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೈಯರ್, trust me, your exam will clear. Both stages, prelims, mains. Ultimately, interview is about how you present yourself. Right? So, our confidence build up, there is no fake confidence, there is no, right, news confidence. This should be confidence which should come within. That feel good factor. Right? I have nothing to lose, let me do, I've done things. Unknown feeling, that feeling will make you exam. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಏನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೋ, ರೈಟ್, ಒಂದ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ತಪ್ಪಾದ್ರೇನು, ಈ ಸತಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರಬಲ್. ಸೊ if you are 100% prepared or even, right, 95% prepared, but your confidence is 70%, 60%, that also will fail this. But if confidence is close to 100 and your preparation is 80 around, you will still clear the exam. Right? So, your target should be, I will utilize this 6 months so effectively, doing all those things necessary so that this develops. Right? Now, January, see, imagine, January, generally, when I talk to people, he said, sir, gottilla, prelims clear agade work ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, but mains kate ಏನು sir, mains ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. When you already know behind your mind that I am not very well prepared for mains, then you will tell yourself, hey, prelims ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ mains ಆಗಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ. So your effort towards prelims without your ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ ನೀವು prelims ಗೆ ಹಾಕೋ effort will be low, will be down. So the time is now where you comprehensively focus, right, work very effectively to all stages and especially mains and prelims. We should stop differentiating that idea and work. Okay, this is one. I'll give you an example of another person, right? So this other person is, say this is G. First 4 attempts, he is by nature a very good person, with respect to studies also extremely good, right? And every year we expected this time he'll clear, this time he'll clear, this time he'll clear. 4 continuous attempts he did not clear prelims. Right? We were 4 good friends. All 3 of us are, all 2 of us are clearing prelims. Right? The other person was also not. This person was not clearing prelims. 4 continuous attempts he doesn't clear prelims. His confidence hit rock bottom. After the 4th attempt, he decided he will not write exam anymore. Right? He started pursuing his hobby. He was a very good photographer. Right? He picked up his camera, started doing food blogging. Went around Delhi, wherever there were good places, street food places in Delhi and other places. He went out. He used to click photographs. He used to write blogs on that. He started his own blog. His blog became so famous that anybody who was starting a new restaurant would invite him. Right, give him free passes so that he can write blogs that will invite people. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. On 8-10 months ಹೀಗೆ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ ಬಂದು ನೋಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬಂತು, ವಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ. ಫಾರ್ ಆರ್ rush he applied. He still did not study. When April, May came, right, then we took him to a teacher who was very close to us. The teacher scolded him. He said, "Ishta, 4 ವರ್ಷ effort ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ, ನೋಡೋಣ ಬರಿ." That 1 month also, very willingly, unwillingly, he did. He wrote the exam. After writing the exam, he once again went out. He said, "I am not clearing. I know what is my fate. I'll once again." He went out to block. He had booked his tickets to Goa, right, for 3 days vacation. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Friday night he was supposed to leave. Friday evening results came. He has cleared prelims. Right. Now this is 4 years not clearing prelims, and the 5th year clearing prelims at once. That year he went to interview also, just that he couldn't make the final cut. Right? So what worked for this person? That again was confidence. Why? Because probably each of those 4 years, there were multiple things that he was banging on himself. 1 year, he got only 30 marks in his prelims. And that was never his marks. Given his preparation, the way he used to study, that was never his marks. When we asked him what happened, in his question paper, he has marked all the right answers. When he's marked it on the OMR sheet, he's done the double thinking. No, this may not be the answer, this may be the answer, this may not be. He's changed about 32 questions, answer change. Gone. Right? And other exam he says I blanked out. I don't know. Right? One exam he lost out by 2 marks. So here it is 4 continuous attempts he did not clear. The 5th time without any preparation anything he cleared. So what is the idea? ನೀವು ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. The idea is ನಿಮ್ಮ 1 ವರ್ಷದ 1 ತಿಂಗಳು ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. The last 1 year preparation has not gone for a toss. 1-2 years, whatever you have put in for your preparation will definitely come to your use. You should put all effort to build confidence from your side. Right? So I'll once again repeat, what is most important is a plan. Right? That plan should be a long-term plan, envisioning. For your own self, there should be a routine. How do I spend my day? How do I spend my week? Right? And there should be a very good balance. Okay? So let's take one by one. What should be the plan? Okay? So first, when we talk about the plan, considering that there should be good balance, the next 6 months, that is July to December, your effort should be completely towards mains. Mains oriented preparation it should be. Right? And when we are looking at a mains oriented preparation, we are looking at a balance between general studies and optional. Right? Order can be anything, but this should be the plan. Whatever you study with respect to general studies, you also will know by now, this is not only mains oriented preparation. Whatever you study for general studies will definitely help for your prelims. The way questions are coming in terms of prelims, illi general studies ke anta nee mains perspective alli enella prepare ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, that will definitely help for your prelims also. But the only thing is you are pushing yourself practicing on mains perspective, doing a lot of answer writing, that is building your routine. Right? Optional, yes, is a very important idea because we know it helps us create an edge. Out of 500, we have the good option or idea that we can cross 250, 280 plus in optional. So optional also is necessary. I can't neglect either. So this should be our idea for next 6 months. How do I do that? Right? So in that sense, if this is the plan, how do I build my routine? Right? For which, right? There is 2 options that you can take. Now this is an option that you can choose. So option 1. Right? Now this depends. I am giving you options because each one is a different person. Option 1, I can decide that in a day, I will study 4 hours, right, of GS. I will study 4 hours of optional, right, and 2 hours which I dedicate for current affairs, which effectively I am looking at 10 hours of study per day. For those of you who are dedicating yourself full-time study. So ನಾನು full-time study ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋರಿಗೆ 10 hours dedicated study ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So 4 plus 4 plus 2. Right? 4 hours of GS, 4 hours of optional and 2 hours of current affairs. ಒಂದೇ ದಿವಸದಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಓದ್ತೀನಿ. This is possible. Right? We'll come down to people who are looking at working and studying. Now work ಮಾಡ್ತಾ study ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Right? ನಾನು ಯಾವುದು post graduation ಮಾಡ್ತಾ study ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ will come down. What needs to be done? Right? This is one option. Right? Why this option? Each day when you put about 4 hours for the subject and that continues, right, over a month, this will definitely help. Builds your continuity of the subject and you need to carry forward. 4 hours an optional, every day 4 hours of study, and then that also builds a continuity over particular topics. Confidence, 2 hours of current. What needs to be done in terms of current affairs exclusively discuss more. Okay, if this is option 1, what is option 2? Second option. Right? Some of them feel and onde desa eradu subject ododeke I am not very comfortable. For you, the other idea that we can suggest is, what you can do is Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, 3 days, 8 hours of GS, right, 2 hours of current affairs each day. Each day 8 hours GS, 2 hours current affairs. I am looking at 10 hours each day, 3 days. The other 3 days, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, I am looking at 8 hours of optional and 2 hours each of current affairs. So, Aga, you have 3 full days where you study only GS, 3 full days where you study only optional. So, 3 days thorough study, 24 hours, one subject you are taking up and gives you very strong confidence. Every day 2 hours of current affairs necessary. Similarly, 3 full days again optional. So, what do you do on a Sunday? Right? That Sunday is necessary in terms of test. These are the 2 viable options. 2 viable options. There is a third option also which some of them are looking at. What is the third option? Right? I would not suggest that option myself as part of the plan, but some of them are looking at third option also. What is the third option? Sir, I don't want to mix up GS and optional, right? So I'll do only GS for now. If there is July, August, September, in these 3 months, I'll only do GS plus current affairs. I'll not touch optional for these 3 months, right? For the next 3 months, where I'm looking at October, November, and December, right? I'll put all my effort on optional, right? Where I'll continue current affairs, right? Where I'll do some amount of GS purely as bias of revision. This is third option. But this, I would not personally suggest. This again can be a particular option. So some of them for whom you feel that you need to build only GS preparation study, balance model, this can also be one option. But something which I would not suggest. I would suggest to choose between this. Right. Now this is in terms of your routine, how you are going to. So this is the plan for the next 6 months. I am targeting mains oriented GS and optional preparation. What should I do during this 4 hours? What should be my target plan for these 4 hours? Right. So target plan when I am looking at, we are looking at your preparation should have this GS4 first, right? After that GS1, after that GS2 and GS3 in terms of your target time. Right? When you're looking at GS, each subject 25 days. Each subject 25 days. Why this particular order? This is the particular order we are suggesting because when you're looking at GS4 ethics, the last time you studied ethics was much before January because you have all pushed yourself from prelims till the coming prelims. So probably last December, November, October is sometime when you have studied ethics, alva. So aa drushtiinda eega ethics tagoli. 25 days targeted ethics odi. I will then come to GS1, GS2, GS3. GS2, GS3 yaa class tagonta idೀವಿ. Every day we have pushed yourself to study on current affairs. Every day we are looking at 2 hours on current affairs. Right? 90% or sometimes 80% of whatever you study as part of current affairs is all to do with GS2 and GS3 portions. Right? It has very less aspects of GS1, GS4. 90-80% is GS2, GS3 aspects. So, ನಿಮ್ಮ GS2, GS3 ಜೊತೆ prepare ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. So, ಇದನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ subject specific study ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Right? What should I study? While you are studying these things, right, with respect to the 25 days plan, right, one, you are covering the syllabus. Right? Trust me, you will not get this amount of effective time after your prelims. The prelims clear ಮಾಡಿದ ವರ್ಷ ಯಾವ ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಷ್ಟು effective time ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾಟಿಕ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ನೋ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಓದಿ ನಾನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿವೈಸ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್, ರೈಟ್? ವಿತ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್, make notes of some topics which you feel you don't know anything about. Right? Topic boys notes preparation ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ, which you have not studied, which you have not touched. GS2 there are some topics which you would have not studied at all. GS3 there will be some topics which you have not studied at all. GS1 society there are some topics which you have not studied at all. ಆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪೇಜ್ 2 ಪೇಜ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ. When your notes is study, this is your base material. ಆ ರೀತಿ study. Right. So with this constantly notes preparation of specific topics of each of this GS paper happens. Right. So 25 days, 25 days. And if I am looking at each day, right, approximately, right, what, 4 hours to 100 hours. A little more, 120 hours. That's how I am looking at. Definitely possible. And 25 into 4 is about 100 days. You can definitely expand another 20-25 days. If this should be a target. Every day when you study, ensure, right, with your study, you yourself will write at least one question. Every day, one question. Which we'll call a daily answer writing practice. Every day, one question. Important. Which is your self-practice. So you are studying, right, picking up one question, writing. Studying, picking up one question, writing. One GS question every day. Where do we get the question from? We will start a daily answer writing program. We will start posting that on our WhatsApp groups, which we have called current affairs groups. Right, we'll put on our Telegram channel also. So you can pick up that question also. You can pick up old question papers, previous year UPSC question paper question also. Or any question which you feel is credible. This is a self-practice that you are doing of the same subject that you are studying. You feel you want to write one more, right? You are studying current affairs every day, right? One more question from current affairs. So your 2 questions of GS every day are practicing. With that, I would also suggest, please do at least 2 questions of daily answer writing of the optional that you are studying. Preferably PYQs. So on a daily basis, every day you're pushing for 2 questions of GS answer writing, 2 questions of optional answer writing. Necessary. Okay. This is the plan that definitely is a success mantra going for next 6 months. If this you are able to effectively do, be very honest to yourself and do, nobody can stop your success. Right? If somebody can stop, it is my own self. Why? Because we'll not be honest to ourselves. We'll not do this every day. One day you're not able to do, right? Slap yourself and next day do one more. Put an additional work. Right? That good feeling that you do is something that will add to your confidence. I have done what is necessary. Nan yen madbeko adannu madidini anno confidence nimge add agutte. Right? This time, right, in our prelims doctor program, prelims habit program, out of 42 people who had taken the program, overall about 25 people have cleared. Of which, personally knowing the journey of at least 5 or 10, all of them have been seriously working from last 8 to 10 months. Right? They did not tell anybody, they did not make a big announcement that they are studying very hard. They silently did their work, they have cleared prelims. And I'm sure at least 50% of them will clear mains also. Right? So, nimuga danspe kodagade. That will push through the exam. That's how you have to look at it. So, this is how you have to plan. Right? Daily answer writing is a must to your own self. You want this to be evaluated, bring those things back to us, we'll help you with evaluation. Once in a week, twice in a week, bring 3 or 4 questions, right? Sit down with us, it will hardly take 10-15 minutes. How are you addressing the demand of the question on the basis when you work, we'll help you. This is in terms of your GS. Idra jotege, right? Whichever is your optional, optional na divide ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Right? Pattern itself like the same about, right? GS 1 or your 2 papers, paper 1, paper 2, right? I would suggest, if not 100%, at least 80% of the entire optional cover ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. Right? You can retain 5-10% of your optional for post prelims, so that that point of time the current affairs aspects you can study. Right? 80-90% cover, if possible cover 100%. Right? It will definitely give you a world of confidence that will help your prelims also and then mains also. This is something that is necessary. Clear? All of us? Yes. Right? This is in terms of your routine and the plan. Right? Now, With both of that, what is necessary, right? You need to constantly keep testing yourself. This constant testing yourself is necessary. Why? Because at some point of time, we all get into a comfort zone. I'm also studying, I'm also studying, I'm also studying. It is necessary to throw yourself out of the comfort zone. Right? Throw yourself out of the comfort zone, feel uncomfortable, understand why are you feeling uncomfortable, make the necessary changes. That adaptation plan that you bring whenever you feel uncomfortable helps you succeed. Right? So, test. When you take up a self-practice daily answer writing, you have the question in front of you, you have the time, you will comfortably write. But when you come and write a test, in a test atmosphere, the question paper comes to you. All questions are something that you are not familiar with. They are thrown a surprise. Now you have a fixed, you have to write in that fixed time. So you force yourself, okay, this question, this question, this question. Right? So when you force yourself, how does your mind react? How do you frame answers at that point of time? That will what happen in means also. That needs to happen from now onwards. Right? So don't worry about getting less marks. Please don't worry about not completing preparation, coming and preparing. Only worry about preparation, practice, preparation, practice. Test is a must. Wherever you take it, right, it is a must. Right? You need to simulate a test atmosphere. Question should be a surprise. It should not be known questions. Right? And then you need to have evaluation, right, and mentorship for that. It needs to be constant. Why? Constantly somebody needs to be correcting. So that what are the mistakes you're doing, how will we change? What are the mistakes you're doing, how will we change? These are three things that you need to constantly work on. Please keep this thing in mind. And trust me, this will definitely help. Only preparation without testing yourself will not do the right thing. Because are you doing the right thing? Is it helping from an exam perspective? Who will judge? The test will judge. Right? So push yourself to write test. Okay? And write test, that will give you these things. Perfect? Right? So any question till now? Anything that you want to ask till now? People online also. We have most of you attending online. So any question till now? Perfect. Okay. So what about essay? Good question. See, is there a preparation for essay? Right. I would say there is no preparation for essay. What should you do for essay? Right. One essay per week. So every week one essay in the target report. Right. It can be on a Saturday evening. It can be on a Sunday morning. Right. Take two topics. Prepare a structure for those two topics. 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Right. In remaining 1 hour, 15 minutes, write an essay. One essay every week on the input. Start from next Sunday. One essay every week. Okay. 6 months, 26 essays that you are writing as part of your self-practice. Right. Nothing better than that. Get these essays evaluated. What is required for an essay? For an essay, what is required is structure, right, flow, content, right, that content needs to have dimensions, substantiation in terms of how are you, right, justifying, and the whole idea when we talk in terms of structure, the overall comprehensive nature of the essay. How effectively it is addressing the demand of the topic. Right? So, none of us are perfect to start with. When you start writing an essay for different topic, how is your mind formulating things ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. First essay, second essay, third essay ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ changes ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ we will start giving you suggestions. ಆ suggestions basis ಮೇಲೆ you keep improving. Naturally your essay style will improve. Different topic, different style. Right? Build your own style. right? I am the last person to say, right, look at toppers copies, right? I always believe each one of you should develop your individuality, right? Not necessarily what copies you see of toppers are the same things that they would have written in the exam where they would have been successful, right? Build your individuality, build your speciality. We will help you build. Okay, so this is the practice plan for essay. Because you are studying current affairs every day, right? You are looking at GS every day. All that GS knowledge, all that current affairs knowledge naturally will come into the essay. Be it a philosophical topic, be it any GS topic on which essay is written. Essay needs content which is directed towards the topic. There needs to be a structure, flow, and orientation of the essay, approach towards the essay. You can't write an answer writing style for an essay. Essay writing style itself is different. Alva? So that is why practice becomes necessary. Perfect? Right. So with this, one last thing I will tell you before we get into what is the test plan that we will suggest to you is what you should do about current affairs. Because I said every day 2 hours. Alva? So what should you do with respect to current affairs is the one last thing that I covered. Perfect? So current affairs. See, we have been telling each one of you from the time you have been studying that newspaper, newspaper. Perfect. Some of you have studied newspaper very well. You have made notes out of newspaper. Some of you have depended yourself on compilations. You feel compilations have been helping you. Right? You have your own sources on which you are studying. Right? Continue. Right? I would still stick to the point. Newspaper is the best source for current affairs. That's where you will have to make ideas. Now that you are not a fresher, you have done 1 year, 2 years of preparation, and you're looking at next prelims, mains. Now your current affairs preparation should not be the same of what it was the previous. Now your current affairs preparation should be more nuanced, which means every day when you're doing your current affairs preparation, you should do one topic specific. So do your newspaper study as usual, right? Every day one topic, some days 2 topics. What do I mean when I say this topic preparation? Let's take for example, right, now that, right, UCC is in news, Universal Civil Code, Uniform Civil Code. Okay, so this is a topic. You will definitely see 3, 4, 5 articles that are coming, as in how there are, comments made, Prime Minister made the comment, then the Vice President has made a comment, all that, you're seeing articles come. One day your topic is Uniform Civil Code. So that one day you will prepare everything in and about Uniform Civil. Your notes is ready, right? 1 page, 1.5 page, basic notes. What is Uniform Civil Code? What was the constitutional perspective that the constitutional makers said, right? What is the Law Commission's idea about Uniform Civil Code? Does any other country in the world has Uniform Civil Code? What are the challenges to implement Uniform Civil Code in India? What may be the benefits to implement Uniform Civil Code in India? One topic is ready. Now, from then onwards, every time whenever you see Uniform Civil Code in newspaper and you see some points are additional, you will add on to this. Another topic is Manipur. Right. So, what is the issue in Manipur? Right. Which are the tribes? What is inner line permit? What are the problems related to Manipur? Related to Manipur, other states, what are the issues? Right. And then ideas. What are the problem solutions? One topic done. From then onwards, whatever comes, keep adding on this. It is your notes. Nothing can beat, no compilation, nothing can beat your notes. For this, use any source. Don't do too much of research. Use whatever minimum sources that you have in your disposal, prepare notes on each topic. One day, one topic. Some days, 2 topics. All these are the most relevant topics. This is something that will help you. Prelims also, mains also, especially interviews. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಿಮ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಶೀಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರೈಟ್ recent idea about what sedition. The law commission has come up with its idea that sedition is necessary. The sedition law is necessary. Section 124A IPC, sedition law is necessary. Howda? So this is one news. So our topic ಬಗ್ಗೆ, what is sedition law, IPC, when was it implemented, British time, right? Recently, why is there a controversy? What is the use? What is the misuse? Why is law commission telling it is necessary? What are the changes? Done. Then onwards, whatever comes, adds on. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬೇಸ್ ನಿಮ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. This notes will help your mains practice also, because this is what will come as questions, because these are the current affairs which are based on which questions will come. E riti current affairs approach. You want to prepare this from Yojana, you want to prepare this from newspaper, you want to prepare this from a compilation where you feel, prepare your notes. Don't do it online. Don't do it on your tab, put pen on paper and write. Because when you're compiling and writing, that is your first step towards answer writing practice also. Summarize and write. Don't write too big sentences. Write in short points, quick synoptic notes. Right? It will help your essay, it will help your answer writing, it will help your optionals, depending on the option, it will help all aspects of your preparation. Right? ಈ ರೀತಿ current affairs na daily basis ಮೇಲೆ one topic, two topics in the preparation. Okay? Perfect. Clear? This is in terms of your current affairs. Right? So you know what you have to do every day now. Right? From a GS perspective, from an optional perspective, from current affairs perspective. Right? All this takes effort. All this takes that you need to sit and do. That 6 months of sitting and doing and putting that effort will what see the result. Generally, ನಮಗೆ ನಾವು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಒಂದ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೆನ್ಪು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಹಿಂದೆ ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಶ್ರಮ ಪಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸಿರಲ್ಲ. This is what needs to be done. Nobody will just like that become an officer. Please do. Right? This takes effort. Do. Okay? So GS, optional, current affairs. For next 6 months, thoroughly yours. Okay? What needs to be done with respect to the test? That will address. Let's take some questions. There are questions online. Okay. Sir, I take 1 year coaching of UPSC GS and optional paper, but now I joined to an MNC. How can I schedule? Okay. Working people. Mahesh will come back. Okay. So for those who are working, what to do? How to select topics of current affairs in newspaper and make notes. Now, how to select topics by now you know, right? Important topics like I've identified. UCC, Manipur, sedition law. Right. So every day when you pick up, there'll be something which you feel important. There are simple issues, 2 topics you pick up. Very broad issues, 1 topic you pick up. Right? With G20 coming in, with SEO coming in, there will be topics of GS paper 2, GS paper 3, which every now and then I want. Coalition government, governor's role, right? Party system in India, right? Regionalism, right? All these are topics that become important. Right? If you feel we need to give you topics, we will share a list of. In fact, what we are doing for people who are writing mains this time, we have made a list of topics on a weekly basis. We are preparing notes, right, like this for topics which we will release for people who are writing, so that makes it their process easier for them. So probable topics ಅನ್ನೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ weekly basis ಮೇಲೆ 10-20 topics list ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು notes ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, so that we can give it to people who are writing mains this time. Those are the topics. Right? For you, it will become a ready-made material. Instead, our topics ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಾವು ಕೊಡೋ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಡಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Right? You want topics, we'll give you. But develop that habit of picking up topics from news. That is what will come as questions. Right? It is 50 years of Keshavananda Bharati case. It is 50 years close by to emergency, JP movement. Right? So many such things will be back in discussion. All that will come back as questions. 42nd Amendment, 44th Amendment, right? If you look at GS paper 2 and developments close by, right? Ukraine-Russia war, Cold War, all changes that are happening into our situation. All these are topics. So, here are the topics covered. Okay? Beginning study, how to start. Okay, we'll get to that. How to get out of the comfort zone. Right? How to get out of the comfort zone. To get out of the comfort zone, you have to face some toughness. The more you are within your own self and you're doing only study, you will be in your comfort zone. Right? One good way of getting out of the comfort zone is start writing tests. When you write test and you see your marks, when you see how are you answering questions, there are 10 questions to be answered, you are struggling to write 5, 6, 7 questions within the time period, naturally you will feel uncomfortable. Where am I in the race? I'm not able to write. These are all things that will make you uncomfortable. Then you will start making changes and corrections that are necessary. Right? So one most important aspect is Okay, how to concentrate on studies in recent days, and procrastinating a lot, unable to concentrate on anything. Okay, so again, simple answer: concentrate, procrastination, for all that. If you have a clear plan, right, and that plan has targets, and you are pushing yourself to meet those targets, there is no room for procrastination because you know you have to finish. That plan includes test also. I have a test on this Sunday, right, for which these are the topics. I have a test on next Sunday for which these are the topics. I need to do 80%, 90% at least, and I have to go write a test. Nothing will allow you to procrastinate. You procrastinate when you are in a comfort zone, right? Generally, because in a competitive field, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋರು ಕೇಳೋರು ಯಾರು ಇರಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾನು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಇದೇನ್ ಕತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನನ್ ಕಷ್ಟ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ, right? So somebody who's keeping an eye on you, somebody who's sitting on your head ಅನ್ನೋದಿರಲ್ಲ. That's what makes you feel comfortable also. That is why test.